God bless everybody. How are you? This is Crazy Coach Cynthia Robinson coming on here tonight. We are going to be talking about a couple of things. We're going to be talking to an entrepreneur. We're going to be talking to a new author. We're going to be talking to a woman of God. We are in for a treat on this evening. So I hope you are ready and prepared. But as I begin all my shows, we're going to open in prayer and then we're going to go into the bio and then we'll be talking to this wonderful woman. So let's begin in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank and praise you for bringing us on here tonight. Lord, I thank you for your words of encouragement and enlightenment throughout the course of this day. Lord, I ask you right now in the precious name of Jesus that you just bind up any workers of iniquity. I ask you to bind up everything that tried to be technical, that was trying to be used against us on tonight, Lord. I ask you right now, Lord, to just bless this session. Lord, I ask you to touch the woman of God on tonight. I ask you to touch her, let her enlighten, encourage, and inspire other women of God. Lord, as your vessel, I ask that I decrease as you increase, that your words flow through me as you would have them to go. And Lord, we thank you and we praise you. Lord, we give you all the glory and the honor in the precious name of Jesus. And let the house say amen. On tonight, I have the honor of having on my show a wonderful woman. And we're going to start with her bio. LaNita Fitzgerald is a wife, mother, and entrepreneur born and raised in Little Rock, Arkansas. She earned her BA in business management at the University of Arkansas at Little Rock. By day, she works as a supervisor of claims at a prominent insurance company in the healthcare industry. And by night, she is the owner of For My Sister's Sake accessories, an affordable jewelry line that blesses her sister's souls, builds confidence, and makes every outfit pop. Because LaNita passions for inspiring women, for her sister's sake brand will help sisters understand that no matter what the hand they have been dealt in life, resilience, persistence, a positive mindset, and a circle of sisters can help them press forward to be successful and win. LaNita is a co-author of an anthology project titled Blessed Not Broken, Volume 3, The Power of Transformation. She will release her solo book in the late 2001. All right, you can connect with her at formysistersake.com. And her Facebook page is Lynette Frazier, author L. Phrase, or For My Sister's Sake accessories. Okay, so we're going to start there. We're going to bring this woman of God on. We're going to talk to her and let her tell her own story. All right, so without further ado, let me bring on this wonderful woman of God. How are you?
Oh, I'm wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. I'm glad you accepted my invitation. I am so happy. I have on Papa for some apparent reason it's not showing up. I guess because it's yellow. Anyway, and you got the background going on. They tell you not to wear green. They ain't say nothing about yellow. So for all of you, yellow don't work either.
And I have on green. So,
tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am, just piggybacking off of my bio that you just read, LaNita Fitzgerald, soon to be known in the author streets as author L. Fitz. That's Fitz.
All right.
Yes, ma'am. I am I'm a paparazzi consultant, owner of For My Sister's Sake accessories. I got started with that. I have a awesome sponsor that got me on her team, and we just doing our thing, selling our affordable, beautiful jewelry. Like I said, it kind of builds up confidence, makes you feel good, makes all of your outfits pop, and just take you to the next level. So that's me as far as my my business goes. And then I'm also kind of diving into being an author, which is that's more around my purpose. I'm trying to step into doing what it is that God has, called me here to do. And so that's where that journey begins. So I'm just kind of stepping out, coming out of the shadows, trying to do what it is that I'm supposed to be doing here. So
all right. Well, let's first talk about your business, because I know from buying. I know a lot of people have tried to get me to sell it. I will purchase, no problem, but I'm not going to sell it. Tell me how you actually got into it, because I know that, a lot of times somebody will ask, do you like jewelry and whatever? So tell us how you get into selling paparazzi.
Well, the way that I got into it is my awesome sponsor, who shout out to Adanika Burst. She's the one that got me inspired and on the, the paparazzi bandwagon. And so I would often join her lives and just watch her and, see how, these women kind of gravitate to her and how they, just love this jewelry and how it made them feel so, excited and bold and just build their confidence. And so I jumped in it, first of all, just to be honest, for the discount. Well, after I jumped in for the discount and started going to pop-up shops, I seen how, this jewelry did something to these women and how I was able to, share with them my advice and my opinions about the different pieces that they could wear with their clothing, and just seeing how excited and how it woke their spirit up. And I was like, I like this. I want to, be a part of this. I want to, help build these women's confidence up, and at the same time make all they outfits pop. So that's how I got into the paparazzi brand, and I'm excited. I'm loving it. I'm just following through with it. I absolutely love the paparazzi brand.
Okay, all right. And for those of you who do not know what paparazzi is, for anybody who doesn't know, can you tell us what it is?
Paparazzi is a brand that was founded by, oh God, you put me on the spot. All of that information. But it's a brand that was founded, I believe, by a couple way back when, and it have just grown and blown up, and it has brought in a lot of women that has they've been able to leave their corporate jobs and move into selling this paparazzi brand. And I said, you know what, that's a good direction that I want to go in, and so I'm on the bandwagon trying to follow through with it as well.
I know that's right. And so what type of items do you sell?
We have necklaces, we have bracelets, we have rings, we have the Z collection, where it's the Z collection is more elaborate and luxurious, and it's a little bit more than the $5 brand, but that's pretty much what we offer. We offer a small selection for children, like bracelets and rings and bows that you can wear in your hair. And then there's also a few things that we offer for men too, rings and bracelets and things like that. So there's a variety of things. There's something on the site for everybody.
Oh, I see. Now that's something I didn't know. I didn't know that they sold things for men.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Okay. There are a few men items.
All right. So that's good to know. All right. So for all of you, I am a connoisseur. I have a whole, if I was to bring out my chest, y'all be like, oh my gosh. Like, yes, I am. I love the products. I have several items. And I want to say to anybody, this is a good, viable business.
Yes, ma'am.
And if you get the opportunity, hook up with somebody. I'm sorry. Did I say that right? No, I said that wrong. You might want to hook up with LaNita.
Yes, ma'am.
Her Facebook page and say, look, how do I get in contact with you? I want to give me a couple of pieces. I want to see what it's like. Do you do shows on like a weekly basis? Like I know my paparazzi queen, as I call her, she does a show just about every day where she'll do her little flash shows where she, stuff that she sells. But do you do a show every week or every day? Or
I hadn't started doing them yet, but I do have plans to. My thing is going out, like being involved with the people in person. I'm more of the pop-up shop queen. So that's the stage that I take. But I do plan to start, going live a little bit more, getting the people, engaged on Facebook and, wherever else I can show up at. But pop-up queen I am.
And I saw that on your Facebook page that you are out there. You advertise very well about the different areas that you're going to be popping up at and selling your wares. And as an entrepreneur, because authors are nothing more than entrepreneurs themselves, that's wonderful. And you're already setting yourself up in an area that a lot of entrepreneurs, especially when they're authors, especially when they're introverts, find very difficult to do, which is to actually go out and extend themselves to people, which honestly to me is a gift. That is a gift, to be able to go out and be comfortable in a group and sell something that somebody else might be selling, but to be able to sell it and to get people to purchase it. And so now you said that you're about to become an author. You're in an anthology. You also have your own book coming out in the fall. And so how did you get started as an author?
Getting started as an author, I started writing back in 2009. Okay. And I would always start and stop and start and stop. And I'm looking at it as it just wasn't my time. All right. I was delayed, but I was not denied. All right. And so now last year, I was looking for, somewhere to be engaged on Facebook, because as we know, social media is the platform that you need to be in, with whatever it is, whatever direction that you're going in. And so I ran into the writers community, and she was offering the CEO wife. Shout out to Tamara Mitchell Davis. She is over the writers community, and she had a virtual writers conference that she offered. And so it was free. I jumped in on it, met so many different women there. And I just thought, they're kind of, going through the same stages and journey that I'm going through, where they're having a hard time and, pushing through, trying to, figure out the whole writing process. And so she offered a master class. I purchased the master class, got involved in it. And when I tell you everything that I needed, from accountability all the way through the end of being a published author, was there. I was able to get all the tools that I needed, all of the support that I needed. And that was my push. That was, God basically set me up with the tools that I needed. And I just knew, in my spirit, he led me to this community. And I know that if he leads me there, he's not going to just, throw me out there and not give me what I need to succeed. And so that's what he gave me in this community. And I was able to push through and get to this finish line of being, I will soon be a published author. And this is my first anthology, Blessed Not Broken, but I've also joined another collaboration group under Coach Paulette Harper, where I'm taking part in that collaboration, and it's called For Such a Time as This. Oh, I love the title of that, but that's my journey. That's how I got here. I'm just, pushing through, delayed but not denied. I'm here. I'm, embracing the journey, the ups and the downs, all of that, and I'm just pushing through to do my part.
All right, all right. And I want to let everybody know that's how we met. We're going to be in the same anthology for such a time as this,
Yes.
with Coach Pauletta. I've known her for years, and I finally decided to join in and do one of her anthologies. And I can honestly say it is, I love the push and the accountability with doing an anthology. As somebody, I have written 5 books. So for me, you can start it, stop it, start it, stop it. But when somebody's saying to you, you have this deadline, you have this deadline, you have this deadline, you have to really be on top of yourself. But I think it really pushes you to be out there and especially when it comes to writing a little bit of part of your story, to be able to nail down that part of the story that you want to write about yourself, to put yourself out there, because sometimes you talk about some very personal things in an anthology, because you're trying to wrap everything up in a nutshell in a few words, and to get the readers interested and also keep them interested in who you are after the book is read. And so I do love the title that you guys have for this anthology, Blessed, Not Broken, because I think especially in the church, a lot of us feel just the direct opposite. We feel broken and not blessed. And we feel like our trials, our tribulations, the things that we've been through overpower the blessings of God sometimes. And so I love that title, that you are taking the positive and not the negative, and that you are talking about how you are blessed maybe through your brokenness. That you are blessed in spite of, that you are blessed because you made it over. And so in the anthology that you're in Blessed Not Broken, what's your title?
The title of my chapter is My Happily Ever After.
All right.
And just giving you a little snippet of what my chapter is about. Basically, it kind of takes you through different experiences in my life where I dealt with feeling hurt, broken, abandoned, and working through, those feelings of, receiving those feelings from loved ones, and, moving through. It kind of takes you through my life from me being a preteen on up to my adult life, and moves into, even talking about some experiences that I've had in my marriage, and how me and my husband overcame that, and got to the other side. And so Blessed Not Broken, definitely I have been broken before, but I'm over that hump. I'm pushing through, and I'm definitely embracing being blessed. So in a nutshell, that's what my chapter is about. It kind of, I'm speaking to women that, have gone through these same feelings of, abandonment, maybe not having a father, or, whatever their situation is from that makes them feel abandoned, and talk about how I got over it, the different things that I did to move past it. And then the same thing with experiencing situations in my marriage, the things that my husband and I did to get through it. So that's what my chapter is about. It takes you through my life from preteen to being adult, and how I got to my happily ever after, because I am happy now. So at one point I wasn't happy with myself, and I think I even tried to dump it on my husband, giving him the job of making me happy. Well, when you experience certain things and you grow in the spirit and you get closer to God, you start to figure out that that's my job to make myself happy. Another person can contribute to it, but it's my job to make me happy. And so My Happily Ever After, that's the title of my chapter.
All right. And I like that, My Happily Ever After, because I think you said it, you hit it on the head, that a lot of us look for other people for our happiness. We look towards our children. If I have children, my children will make me happy. I have a happier life. If I have this job, if I get this education, if I have this amount of money, if I live in this area, if everything's an if. And so we're looking for people to do things or places to do things that they're not going to be able to do because they also are looking for their happiness. And so if I'm looking for my happiness and you looking for me to make you happy, we both going to be in a bad place. We're both looking for something that we think we might can get from each other. And so I love the fact that you talk about that you started from your childhood. And I know for a lot of us, and I said this on my last show, that a lot of us don't realize that a lot of times when we're going through, a lot of it stems from our childhood. It stems from those times in our lives when we may have felt abandoned, when we may have felt depressed, where we may have gone through some type of abuse, and not just sexual abuse. Some of us were financially abused, whether it was that we went through times and periods in our lives where we didn't even have food in the house. There may have been some type of abuse. And as we get older, if those issues aren't dealt with, we present them to the next person that we deal with. And whether that's our husband, whether that's a child, we bring a child into the world and then we put this on this child, or we go into business and we bring this into our business, the way we conduct our business, the way we handle our business. It shows a lot of the lack that we had that we've never dealt with. And so I don't want to get too much into your story because I want people to get the book. I want them to go out there when the book is put out for you to actually go out and buy the book so that you can support your sister. But can you tell us maybe one area where you were able to walk yourself out of your brokenness so that you were able to know that you were being blessed?
Ooh, that's kind of hard to do. Without giving away the chapter.
Well, let's do this. Is there a way that you can tell people how to be blessed and coming out of their brokenness?
Well, the number one thing is, and some people say it's so cliche, and oh, what do you mean? And oh, you really have to be in tune with your Father, your Savior. You have to, in the Bible, it talks about, he that has an ear to hear, let him hear what the Lord is saying. If you don't have that close relationship with God, then there's no way possible that you can hear to know what it is that you need to be doing to move yourself from that lowland. So I would definitely say you have to have a relationship with God. You can't just, praise him and pray when it's the good times. You have to do it even in the bad times. You have to really put your trust and belief in the Father's hands and get a relationship with him. And you have to, serve. You have to serve. You have to, give back to the people. You have to draw people in. You have to, be a part of the kingdom. You have to have a relationship with God, not just one in the good times, but also in the low times too. So that's my blessed piece.
Amen. And I cannot agree more. I think that having that relationship with God can center you even when it seems like all hell is breaking out in your life and in your situation. That being able to go to God and stay with God and be with God and trust God to help you make it through is especially for those of us who are children of God, is so important. Because I think that sometimes we get caught up in what's going on in the world, and we get caught up in our families, and we get caught up at work, and we forget that the reason that we have all these things is because he's blessed us with them. And sometimes they don't seem like they're a blessing, but they truly are a blessing. And so for us to get past our hurt places, because we all have them, we need to be able to seek the Father and have him to give us the answers to help us to go on with our lives. So I know that you're working on your book, but what's the title of your book? Your book.
Well, you know what? It's kind of, when you, as you know, as an author, when you're writing, you start out with one chapter, with one title. And as you write and different things flow and come out of you. You change that title. So my title started out as So Many Tears. Now my title has moved to No More Tears.
Okay.
That's what my title is now. But again, I'm still, plowing in on this thing and adding and writing. So who knows? By the end of the journey, there may be another title. I wanted to take it from being a dark title, So Many Tears, to a more lighter chapter, a more lighter title. Okay. So that's why I moved from So Many Tears to No More Tears, because that sounds a little bit more positive and overcoming, and more, it just sounds way better than Many Tears. I'm moving away from So Many Tears to No More Tears.
Right. I like that. I think we need some some lightness in our life sometimes, and it gives people an opportunity to not think, oh my gosh, when I read this, I'm going to be crying all the time. But it actually gives people opportunity, like, no more tears. What were we crying about? What were we upset about? And I can read that, and I can go with that. Okay. All right. So, I'm gonna ask this because we have a lot of people online, and all of you have said hi. And I don't know if you can see the comments. They have said hi and hello and congratulated you. But there is something, I believe that is your husband. He talked about your hair, and it is fierce. It is fierce. Got to put that out there.
We did not do my hair. He is hilarious.
It is fierce. But I want to say, I love the fact that your husband is on here.
Yeah,
he is supporting you. That is support. All
yes,
right?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's my as the young folks would say, that's my dog, my ride or die. So yeah, shout out to D Fitz.
And that's beautiful, and that is true love right there. When you would come on the show and say, I did her hair. Yes, sir. I'm with you, sir. Yes, sir. I love that.
Maybe he paid for it. Okay. He paid for it to be done.
Because you know how we women say, we bought the hair. This is my hair. I bought it. It's my hair. So maybe that's what he meant. That he did he got the hair done. That's it.
And you know what? A lot of people, if you look at my bio picture and you look at me now, I'm totally different. And everybody will tell you that I will change my hair in a heartbeat. Well, this time I wanted to do something real bold from moving this new journey that I'm going into. First, I chopped it off. Well, last week I dyed it, so it's red at the top because I am truly feeling this. And I change my hair all the time because it kind of plays a part of my younger life from when I was limited. I wasn't able to do, what I wanted to do. I had to, whatever we had, this was what it was. You didn't have options and alternatives. So now that I'm, blessed, that's what we gonna say. I'm blessed beyond measures. I can do what I want to do. I can wear a wig. I can shave it off. There are no limits for me. I always tell my husband I'm every woman. So I
know that's right. And that's beautiful. I want to say that because, as a self-love coach, I believe that you're supposed to love yourself first.
Yes, ma'am.
And in the process of loving yourself, you have to explore different things to see where you're happiest. Maybe you're not. Maybe you've had to wear the long hair your whole life because you weren't allowed to cut your hair. And now here's this opportunity where you have this freedom and you cut your hair and you find it very freeing. Maybe when you were younger, you weren't allowed to wear makeup, and now you can explore and you can wear makeup, or you weren't allowed to wear jewelry. I know growing up in the Pentecostal Pentecostal church, you had long skirts, you had your head covered, and you ain't cut your hair, you ain't wear no makeup, you ain't even wear nail polish. So to be able to still be a child of the living God, and still be able to explore yourself and enjoy who you are in your skin is, to me, one of the most loving things that we could do, because once I love me, it's real easy for me to love you. I can love you right who you are and what you do, because I love me so much that you don't influence my life that much. I'm living my, as they say, I'm living my best life. I believe I'm living my blessed life.
Yes,
I'm living my blessed life. When I'm living it and loving myself. So I appreciate that, what you just said. Absolutely. When you get that freedom and you're able to be free and freeing yourself, where you're enjoying yourself, you're exploring the different things that you would like to do in the different ways. And we get that option. I know a lot of people in a lot of countries, they can't do that.
Right.
Here in America, get that option to be able to flip our hair every day if we want to. There are women that change their hair every day. Every time you see them, they got a new hairstyle, a new hairdo, or they, and that is a beautiful thing when you're comfortable enough that you can be comfortable in your own skin. And I want to talk about being comfortable with you, because I see you on Facebook when you be going to the gym and you working out. Come on, sis. I love it. I love it. Let me put that out there. I love it. Because I think for a lot of us, when we're going on our own personal journeys, especially when it comes to fitness and everything else like that, we like to sort of do it in secret. I like the fact that you put it out there. You let people know I'm moving forward in my life, and I'm doing some things that are going to be bringing me health and wealth.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I will say this to you: when you get healthier, you get wealthier. Because the money transfers. You know what I'm saying? The money transfers. So as you begin to get more healthier, and you begin to go out there, as you were talking about, you're out there and you're doing pop-ups. And I know God's going to bless you that when your books come out, and when the books come out, that you're going to be doing popping up in different parts of the country, popping up and coming and talking to people and letting them know about you and everything that you're doing. Why did you start coming on Facebook and, posting what you were doing, your own personal achievement?
You know what, really just to inspire other plus size women, because a lot of times we shy away from being on the camera, and we make excuses about it or whatever. Well, I said, you know what, the new me, I'm embracing it. I'm moving from this shy girl in the shadows, quiet, not really, doing all the things that I'm supposed to do. Well, now the new me, I'm embracing it all. My mother, she died at the age of 62, I believe, and she had congestive heart failure. She had diabetes. Then my brother died at even earlier age. He died at the age of 41. He had a heart attack and some other things, but I just told myself, you know what, I don't want to die at a young age. And they always tell you, if it's in your family, you can't avoid it. You can't get around getting diabetes and high blood pressure and all of that stuff. So I told myself, you know what, I don't care what it takes. If I have to go on live as part of my accountability to make myself get up and go, that is what I'm going to do. And I want other plus size women too to know that you don't have to be ashamed. It's women that are smaller that want to be bigger,
Right.
So, I mean, I'm embracing it. I'm not shying away from it anymore. I will go live. I ask myself, like, why was you dragging your feet, girl? Jump on here, inspire some people. I'm trying to make an impact. There years ago, in my sleep, the spirit woke me up and gave me the word bold. And so I got up and he sent me to the dictionary and wanted me to look up the definition of bold. And I mean, I'm serious. I was half sleep, half woke, walking, trying to be obedient and do what it is that my father wanted me to do. And I got up, I went and looked up the definition of bold, and ever since I did that, I have kind of tried to, deposit that in my spirit and come out of, being shy and be bold. He gave it to me a long time ago for a reason, and so I'm trying to stand on that boldness. I'm trying to, move away from being quiet and shy. I want to, have an impact on I'ma just go ahead and throw it out there and be bold and say have an impact on the world. Not just have an impact on women, but on the world. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm just being bold. I'm jumping out there. He gave it to me a long time ago, and I'm trying to stand on it.
All right. I love that. Bold. That's right. And that's how we all should be. We should all be bold. Yes, Leah, we should all be bold. That's right. We should all be bold. We should all be walking in our true calling and purpose in God, and do it boldly. Do it with confidence. Do it with respect. Do it with honor, and do it with grace. I say do it with grace. Yeah. Do it with grace. You don't have to be bold and ratchet. You can be bold.
Exactly. Exactly.
You can walk around with your head up, but you ain't got to be looking down on nobody else. So, oh my gosh, I love that. And I love that you are going to, and you are inspiring women who are plus size to get out there and exercise. Not everybody that is overweight has a illness. I want to put that out there. Some people I know are overweight. They don't suffer from diabetes. They don't have any heart problems. That's just the way their body is made up. Too many of us are caught up in the image of what a woman's supposed to look like. And I can honestly tell you, I will never be that stick figure, blonde hair, blue eyes.
Me either.
It's so never going to happen, because God blessed me to be a Black, beautiful woman. That's what he did. And I appreciate him for it every day. So that's never going to happen. But I can love me in the body that I am in. And if there are issues, it then becomes my responsibility to make sure that this temple is set up for God to live in. And that means that if that means I got to get up and work out, that means I got to watch what I'm eating. That means I got to watch my salt intake. That means I got to watch my sugar intake. That means that, no, I can't have that donut I really want from Dunkin' Donuts with my coffee. If that's what that means, that's what I have to do, because I want to make sure that when God comes sits in this temple, he's not huffing and puffing, but that he's walking in and going, I feel good in this place. And I want him to feel good, because this is his temple, and this is where he dwells when he comes and sits with his daughter. And he does that with every single one of us. He comes and dwells and sits in our temples. And so we have to know that. And like I said, I still got that title up, that we are blessed and not broken. We are blessed wherever you are, whatever situation you're in. And maybe some of you are struggling, maybe not just with your weight. There could be other areas. It was amazing to me. We did and I'm going to try to be short with this. I did a seminar with somebody, and she brought in mirrors. And everybody had to sit and look at themselves in the mirror. And it was amazing to me how many women could not look at themselves.
Oh, wow.
That these women were so broken that actually sitting for 5 minutes and looking at yourself in the mirror was such a problem. It was an issue. And as she began to speak certain words, you could see it hitting them in the mirror. Abandonment, rejection, lust. She started speaking these words, and these women were turning their face. They couldn't look. And I began to say, God, that's us every day with you. You come to us and we turn away from you. And not because you're saying anything to us, but we say it from our own mouths. We say it in our own spirits. We say it in our own souls. Those areas of, God, I feel abandoned. I don't trust you. God, I feel rejected. I don't trust you. And so I can't trust you with me. So I hide me from you. And so when you are blessed, you don't hide. You are open. You, as you said, you are freedom. You are right there. Everybody can see me, and I'm living my blessed life. So I want to talk to you a little bit more. Oh, hello, Tamara. Hi.
Yes, shout out to Tamara Mitchell Davis in the house.
For joining. I want to talk a little bit more because we got a little bit more time left. I want to talk a little bit more about and I want to take this back because we were talking about image. And you are I'm gonna claim this for you. You are a paparazzi queen, and so gonna claim this. You're gonna make that's that first million right there. Is gonna be that paparazzi, and the books will follow. And so when you are out there and you are assisting women with their wares, have you ever come upon a woman that you could tell there was something going on, and you not just being selling the wares, but that you could see in the spirit there was something else going on, and you were able to assist her, like talk to her woman to woman, I would say woman to woman?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. I kind of encounter that a lot of times, and sometimes I even go as far as to offer free pieces, when I kind of discern that and feel that, and you give them, steady compliments. You tell them, girl, you are beautiful and fierce. You don't have to shy away. And you kind of can tell from, their body language. They look down, and every time when you kind of make a suggestion, oh no, that won't look good on me, or they kind of shy away from whatever your suggestion is. And so I just tell them, look, girl, whatever you wear, you better own whatever it is that you want to do. Look at me, I didn't cut my hair off. I tell everybody that, and when I initially did it, it was like, ugh. I just kind of take that same feeling that I felt, and I kind of, try to identify with that with, whoever it is that I kind of discern is feeling like that. And I just kind of try to, beef them up and, tell them, you are beautiful. God loves you. You don't worry about what other people say. Do you like this piece? If you like this piece, then this piece is gonna look good on you. So I just try to tell them, it's your world. It's your world. And I do this for my sister's sake. And so if this what you want, you can do it. You can wear whatever piece you want. You don't have to don't think about what other people think about you. I did that for a long time, and that's kind of like what puts a pause on things for us or whatever. But you have to just know who you are and whose you are. And own it. You know what I'm saying? Step into that and own it. And I just kind of go into preaching sometimes, and I try to dial it back a little bit. I don't want to be a little overwhelming, but it is what it is. We are children of God, and you own it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that you want over here in this paparazzi collection, you can have it.
All right. Amen to that. Amen. And to support one another is always a beautiful thing. And I think that, in this time, especially now with us all coming out of COVID and everybody now being free and being able to walk and talk and be around each other, and at that time of that separation, to now be able to come together, it is good to have sisters who are out here uplifting one another during this trying time. There are a lot of people who are coming out of COVID and they went in married and they're coming out divorced. Mm-hmm. They went in with a partner and they're coming out without a partner. And whether that is because they were in the house too long together and they no longer are together, or they lost their partner because of COVID or some of the illness that was complicated because of COVID. We need to take I would say a pause for the cause and just let our sisters know that they are loved and they are appreciated, especially now in this day and time where it seems like, and no disrespect to any white or Hispanic people who may be on the line, Black women are sort of taking the butt of a lot of stuff.
Yes,
more
ma'am.
and again, for things that we had nothing to do with. And we find ourselves once again fighting a fight, sometimes by ourselves. And so in the book, and I say this because I know that the book isn't out yet. It's coming out. It will be out, I believe, in a couple of weeks, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
The book, Blessed Not Broken. We're talking about this to make sure that you understand that your blessings are not based on no one else but what you and your God has said for you. All of us are here for a purpose, but a lot of us don't know what our callings are. And so some of us have to begin to understand what our calling is. And sometimes when you're going to your calling, you're going to go through adversity. And it reminds me of David. David was this little shepherd boy before he was anointed to be king. And David was around 13 years old when he was anointed, but he didn't become king till he was 35. So that's a long time to go through a process. And so for some of us, we think the process should be quick, like so an apostle or a prophet comes to you and tell you you're going to be this, you're going to be that. And we think the process should be like this. And a lot of times we don't realize that the process is going to take time. There's some things. I love her song. Oh my gosh, I can't even think of her name. Gracefully Broken. Tasha Cobbs, Gracefully Broken. That song, because a lot of us have to understand that we're going to have to be gracefully broken. There are some things that God has to break off of us because it's something that we're bringing that doesn't bring any value to us anymore. And so in the book, you talk about your life and you talk about your happily ever after. And was there a time when you realized it was my time?
I would definitely say yes. I always thought, growing up and going through and, all the things that I went through in my life, I would often question God and say, why me? Why me? Well, now growing up, getting older and knowing better, why not me? Who am I to think that I'm above, going through? Who am I to think that, I can't, be broken down? What we have to remember, though, while we're going through is that it's never about us. We just happen to be, that chosen vessel to go through it that particular time. So it's never about you. You just, go through it. Make sure you giving God the praise, trust the process. And when you get through, make sure you share. When you get that breakthrough, make sure you share it. You share that with others. It wasn't about you in the first place. So how dare you make it through and not share it and tell somebody else to let them know, I was chosen.
Yes.
Yeah. I definitely, you asked me, you asked, what was the question again? I'm sorry.
That's okay. You did answer the question, but my question was, when was that moment that you knew that you had made it? That you had made it out of your brokenness. Let me put it better that way. That you had made it out of your brokenness into your blessing.
That moves into, I think I said all of that other stuff to answer the question, but also to keep from, kind of giving away the chapter. I think if I kind of answer that question, it'll kind of go deeper into my chapter. But I mean, there was a moment when I knew, and it was when I was going through with a situation with my husband. And so I don't want to, go into details about it, but it happened in around in that arena.
Okay. And I want to say this, Sarah, I did post it on Facebook. Share your process. She talked about it. Share your process, because you don't know who you're going to bless when you tell the truth about what you went through. For a lot of us, we grew up in a house where we were told, don't say nothing. What happens in this house stays in this house. Don't be going out here telling everybody our business. But a lot of times we don't realize that when you go out and you tell somebody your business, you're going to bless not just the person that hears it, but you're going to bless the people that is in their area. I always say that when you help a woman, you help the whole community. Because we are the mothers, we are the nurturers, we are the wives, we are the sisters, we are the cousins, we are the play cousins, we the play aunties. And when we're healed and we're walking whole, we have the opportunity to heal other people, because then we'll hear their story and we'll be like, oh, wait a minute, I heard something. Let me tell you this. This is what he said. Oh, wait a minute, I heard this over here, and this is what he said. And I think that you should do this and you should do that, because that's how we get us through the hard times, is when we can say to one another, this is what the truth is. This is my truth. This is what I went through. This is what my truth is. And hopefully my truth will help you. Yes, Carol, telling is empowerment. And when we tell, first of all, when we tell the truth, we disarm the devil, because he lives in the lie. He lives in the cover up. He lives in the secrets. When you keep it a secret, the devil is thriving. When you don't say nothing and you know you in pain and you test the lion about how wonderful you are feeling, the devil is thriving in that, because in the inner part, he is saying, you better not tell nobody what you're going through. You better not say nothing, because if you say something, they all gonna laugh at you. Oh, they're gonna talk about you, because you know they were saying you shouldn't have married him anyway. Oh, you shouldn't have been with her anyway. She wasn't no good for you, no how. So you gotta be careful when you allow yourself not to tell. Now, I will say this: you can't tell everybody everything.
Yeah.
You can't tell everybody everything, and that's from the aspect that some people may not receive it, and they'll use it as a negative towards you, or someone will hear it and take it and run with it that's not supposed to take it and run with it, and wind up destroying their own life trying to live out your testimony. And so, but whoever God leads you to tell the truth to, your truth, because it will be empowering, it will be enlightening, it will be enriching to them, it will inspire them to keep going. And I want for you all to get prepared and get ready, because I'm getting ready to put her information up here. I'm getting ready to put how you can find her. It's right there scrolling at the bottom, how you can find this wonderful woman of God, LaNita Fitzgerald, and her paparazzi for my sister's sake accessories. Please look her up. Please go on there, purchase some items. You know, I'm that type of person. That's how I got started. I was watching the sister. I didn't know that she had it. I started helping her out, and then I found out I had a sister that was a little closer, so I started helping her out. I started getting my jewelry a little faster, and I was like, I'm gonna stay over here. But a sister in her business, because iron sharpens iron. And we need to support one another in all our endeavors, no matter what they may be. And sometimes just a word of, hey, you're doing a great job. A word of encouragement to our sisters, a word of inspiration, or letting them know that they inspire you is a good way of showing gratitude for what our sisters are doing, and for what our sister is doing. For her to be out there helping sisters feel better about themselves by setting them up with their accessories. And I'll tell anybody, I love my jewelry. I work at a front desk at a hotel, and I always get where guests will come in and they'll be like, is that paparazzi? I'll be like, yes, it is. There you go. Or, oh my gosh, your outfit looks so good with your jewelry. And I'm like, thank you. And it does make you feel good. It does inspire you to keep wanting to look your best and feel your best with what you're wearing. And also, I want you guys not to forget, there's a book coming out. It's called Blessed Not Broken. Our sister is one of the co-authors. Do you know the names of the other co-authors? Maybe some of them are on the line, maybe?
Yes, one is actually in the audience. Carol Andrews King is one of my co-author sisters. And yes, and the actual title of the book is Blessed Not Broken, Volume 3, The Power of Transformation.
Yes.
And so, yeah, it's 12 of us. It was 12 of us in this book collaboration. So there are more of us.
All right. All right. And I want to definitely make sure I put that out there. So let me just grab this right here. And put this in our chat so that everybody knows the name of the book. So when it comes out, you guys can go and grab it. Hello, Carol. You can go out and grab it. You can go ahead and get yourself a nice book sample. Yes, you can. Because I know a lot of us have been in that place where we have been broken. And maybe, and I'm going to say this, maybe some of us are still broken because it's always a process. It is always a process. Deliverance takes time. So you may still be in that process, and this book may be a help. You might read somebody's story, and that story is similar to your story or what you're going through. And when they let you know the tools and the skill set that they had to learn in order to get past being broken and to be blessed, you can read that in this book. So I hope that you guys will not let this book pass you by. If you did not see it, please go on her Facebook page. She does have a picture of what the book cover looks like, so you don't forget.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you become friends with her. So when the book comes out and they show it, you won't forget that you can go and get your book and support our sisters, and not just one. We have 12 sisters that we're going to support when we purchase this book. Keep that in mind. And one scoop, we're going to support 12 sisters.
Yes, ma'am. The visionary author is Tamara Mitchell Davis, and man, when I tell you her vision, she on volume 3. She's on volume 3, so I mean, she has a good. This is a good vision. I absolutely love it. I had fun, taking part in this. I know without a shadow of a doubt that this Blessed Not Broken volume 3, The Power of Transformation, is definitely a piece that you don't want to miss. You want to get a part of this. You want to get in this book. It's something in there that can help you. It's something in there that can help you. And again, just if you want to follow me and keep updated and get you a copy, you can always go to my personal Facebook page, which is under LaNita Fitzgerald. But I also have a group because when I really delve into this author thing, I'm going to go by, I want to be known in the author streets as Author L. Fitz. So that's the name of my group on Facebook, Author L. Fitz. Follow that page and you can get a signed copy from me.
Yes. And Tamara had just put that up there to grab your signed copy. So we're gonna definitely do that. Because I was trying to get the book before we came on the show, so I'm gonna want a copy. So
and I got you, sister.
All right,
I got you, sister.
I want my copy. So as we wind up these last 2 minutes, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. I want to thank you for doing an hour with me. This is my last show because I'm getting ready to move down to Florida, and so I'm gonna be packing up for the next few weeks and getting out of Jersey. But I thank you for doing the last show, and I know already I have somebody that's coming back on my show.
You better believe it. You better believe it. I am here whenever you need me. You just reach out for my sister's sake. That's what I'm doing this for. So you reach out and I'm here.
Yes, I already have somebody I can bring back on my show because she's gonna have her own book coming out. And we ain't gonna say what the title is because it may change up again. Been there, done that. So we ain't gonna say what that is, but we know Blessed and Not Broken, and hopefully I can get maybe some more people on the show, and you guys can come on and talk about the book on the show. That would be great.
I can definitely connect you.
All right, and we can have that done. So I thank you so much. I thank you. And I look forward to working with you on the next one because we have a book coming out together ourselves. So I look forward to that as well. So thank you so much, LaNita, and we will be talking soon.
Yes, ma'am. And thank you so much for having me. I had a great time. This was absolutely fun.
I'm happy to hear that. You have a good night now.
All right, you too.
All right. So I thank everybody who came on tonight. Tamara, me and you need to hook up so we can do that. I'll reach out to you and we can Facebook each other about possibly bringing everybody to do a book talk when it comes out. And to everybody, I want to thank everybody who's come on the show tonight. And for those of you who will watch it in a replay, you guys are such a blessing to me. And as I just said on the show, and I've said this before, I am relocating from Newark, New Jersey down to Clearwater, Florida. So I'm going to shut down for a little bit, but I'll be back up. Y'all know me. I never stay down for too long. And I am going to look forward to some more thought-provoking conversations with the people I'm going to bring on the show. And hopefully you will be one of them. So God bless you. You guys have a great weekend. And I will see you guys again at the end of August. God bless you.